think no one is ready for what's over there.
I am. All right, 3 questions and we're going to finish up.
Sure.
First, most important book you've ever read?
All right. Well, given the conversation we're having today, I'm gonna suggest The Sovereign Individual.
That's a layup. All right. Second question: sleep schedule. Our friends at 8 sleep. I've got a thermal-regulated bed. I turn it super cold. I sleep like a baby. Used to sleep 5 or 6 hours. Now I sleep 7 or 8. Absolute game changer. What is your sleep schedule today, and how has that changed over the years?
All fucked up. Now that I'm on American time, what I tend to do is wake up around 3:30 a.m. or 4 a.m., work for a few hours, then go back to sleep, so that I can be in touch with people from like Asia and Europe, and then do some more work, and then sort of try and leave evenings open. This is working okay, but I wouldn't say it's a lifestyle that is highly sustainable. Yeah, sleep's a challenge, but then again, it always is in a bull market.
Gotta get you an 8 sleep. Come on, let's go. Get you an 8 sleep. All right, third question: aliens, believer or non-believer?
I think there's. All right, let's talk about alien intelligences for just a moment.
Okay.
I think they're here and we made them. And what do I mean by this? I actually think that you can think of government as an alien intelligence. You can think of corporations as an alien intelligence. You can think about the financial system as an alien intelligence. What do I mean by that? Every single bee has a brain, right? But the hive makes collective decisions which often are not even to the good of the particular bee, they're detrimental to the specific bees, right? Human beings have created these ways of working. Like let's think about a government for a second. A government has desires, it has motivations, it has intentions, right? And it has an intelligence. But that is not the intelligence of any one of the single human beings that is in the system, right? Trump was not deciding what the United States would be doing, and Biden isn't deciding right now. It's something else. It's an alien intelligence. And I don't think it's a particularly friendly one. So, do aliens come from outer space? Maybe. But I think the bigger thing that we're not paying attention to is that we, in our collective action, do create alien intelligence, and very often this alien intelligence is hostile to us. Which is why, coming back to our conversation, why having better ways of decentralized coordination, where anyone can also opt out, is so important.
Decentralization is obviously the better system. All right, you can ask me one question. What do you got for me?
What for you has been the? I think I'm really interested. What got you so into this?
Into Bitcoin?
Yeah,
Freedom.
but like, where did that come from? Like,
My whole life. I mean, I was in the army, right?
yeah,
So-
which is exactly. No, I mean, like, my point is, like, people, like, I was also in the military, right? Typically, the people who are most interested in individual freedom don't end up in the military. It's not a great place for individual freedom, right?
Yes, but at the same time, I think they believe in the ability to liberate, and they believe in some semblance of ethics, principles, and collective freedom that drives individual freedom. So you can't have individual freedom if you don't have collective freedom, right? If you're in a communist country, I don't care what you say, you don't have individual freedom.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have democracy, you have to have capitalism, you have to have these kind of core principles in order to then empower that individual freedom. I have a very unique perspective on the world because military deployments, I've traveled a lot, I understand economics, went to school for it, I've been at a number of technology companies, I've built companies, I've done a bunch of investing, I've done a lot of weird, uncorrelated, and unconnected things in the world. The single most important issue that we all face is that 50+% of the citizenry across the world is being systematically put into poverty.
Yeah.
Full stop.
Yeah.
That is what is happening. And the absolute biggest scam is the monetary manipulation that goes on that drives the bottom 50% of people into poverty because they don't understand that the dollar is being devalued or their local currency is being devalued. You will not educate them. It is nearly impossible. They don't care. They want to go to the movies. They want to go fucking eat. They want to go hang out with their friends. Whatever. I don't want to hear it. I got $20 in my pocket. I'm good. Don't talk to me about this economics. The only way you can solve that problem is through technology and a peaceful protest of the system, and to get that asset into the hands of as many people as you possibly can, because it is the only salvation that they have, because they will not choose it.
I so agree with you. Like, we've tried to solve human misery and collective action problems using the liberal arts way for the last 3,000 years and have made no progress. The only thing that has ever provided real human progress is technology.
I said this before. People get very upset when I say it, but I stand by it. The adoption of Bitcoin will bring more positive impact to the world than all philanthropic efforts combined.
I 100% agree. For exactly the
Because
same reason.
it will solve the one major problem,
Yeah.
which is the devaluing of the fiat currency puts billions of people further and further into poverty, misery, precarious positions. When you fix the money, you fix the world.
Look, we've had technologies that have improved all kinds of things, and finally, we have a technology of freedom. That is why I think we're living in the most optimistic time ever.
That's what I think too. Where can we send people to find you on the internet?
Yeah, Twitter probably, at Ida and Yago.
Alright, and what about Sovryn?
Sovryn, either the Sovryn, so I've built out with some other people a website for Sovryn, which is Sovryn, SOVRYN.app.
SOVRYN.app.
That's right. Or on Twitter, Sovryn BTC, because that's the way you want your BTC to be.
Alright, man, listen, thank you so much for doing this. We'll definitely have to do it again in the future.
Alright, man. Stay sovereign.